Hello everyone, welcome to my channel BBTechHub. In the previous video, I have configured a DHCP server in Packet Tracer, and you have seen how the client are getting the TCP/IP settings from the DHCP server. So today, I am going to showcase you a scenario where the employees of an organization want to access a web server. So, the first of all, before accessing the web server, the client's computer must get the TCP/IP settings from the DHCP server. So first of all, what we will do? We will configure the DHCP server, and then we will join the client to the network so that they can get the TCP/IP settings from the DHCP server. And after that, we are going to configure the web server. So you can see here, I have taken 3 servers over here. One server for the DHCP, another for the web server, and I have kept another server as the DNS server. Here I am going to configure 2 networks. That one network you can see that is connected with the servers, and one switch will connect the client devices. So here I will select the auto connection. Again the same thing, I am just pressing Control and selecting the cable icon, and now see I am connecting the servers with this switch. So this is the switch which connects the servers, and this is the switch which connects the client devices. Right? You can see. And then I will connect both the switches. Am I clear? Now, so what happens? All the clients will get the services from the servers. So here is the first one is my DHCP server. So now you can see I have configured the server with the basic network settings that I have given the IP address, the default gateway, and the DNS server. So now I'm going to activate the services. That is, of course, the DHCP. In DHCP server, we will activate the DHCP service. So I'm going over the DHCP. You can see here I will on this service. You have seen there is a ready-made pool is created. So I'm putting just default gateway over here. That is 10.1.1.2 is my gateway. I have mentioned a DNS server in my network as 10.1.1.3. I want in the IP pool, the first IP will be, the machine should get me the IP from the 10. And I need only 50 IP. It's okay. I need the IP for the 50 host. Okay. And now I am saving it. Fine. Now my server is done. My DHCP server is over. Now I will test it, whether my server has been configured properly or not. So I'm going to the client. Okay, fine. I'm just going to the desktop. Then IP, I'm enabling the DHCP, and you can see whether, yes, you see the client has got the IP address. Fine. Okay. Now, going to the every machine, you can check it. So my device has got the TCP/IP settings. So that means my clients are now freely run in network. Fine. The previous class also I showed you this thing. You see, it is getting, all the clients are getting this thing. Now the question is that I have a web server in my network. So let us configure the web server. So this is my web server. I have done the basic network setting over here. So I'm just going to this web server. Yes, this web server. And here I'm just giving the IP 10.1.4. And then my gateway is 10.1.2, and here it is 10.1.1.3. I have mentioned. Now I'm going to the services, and for the web server, I have to activate the HTTP service. I have activated it. The service is on. Now I will create a web page. So here already a web page is created. I just edit some portion. So like that, you just select this in between portion and you delete it. Fine. Now what to do? Now I'm creating my web page. Fine. I'm creating my web page. So I'm doing some comment over there. Now I have to close this web page. So I'm just closing the headers. Fine. Okay. So my web pages. So I'm saving this. You see, I'm just press this save. Okay. Yes, my web page is saved. So now what happened? The client want to access this web server. Now here is a very good question. What happens in our daily life? We know the name of the server, Google, Gmail, uh, Facebook, WhatsApp, but we do not know the IP address. So the client is also saying, I will call it by name, but the server is saying, please call me by IP. So what to do in this situation? So in the background, we have to configure a DNS server because this server will give us the solution. DNS server provides the name resolution service. What it will do? It will resolve what? Host name to IP and IP to fully qualified domain name. So to resolve this issue, we are going to configure what? A DNS server. So in this network, there is a DNS server is there for us. Fine. So I'm going to this machine, check it. So my DNS server is 10.1.1.3 and the gateway I have given this to. And for the DNS server itself is the DNS server. So I'm going to the services. I'm activating the DNS service. This is my on. Now I am saying maybe the name of the server is gmail.com, Gmail server, and the IP of that server is 10.1.1.4, and that I am adding it. So what happened? There is a record has been generated, that is a record. We call it as the host record. In this record, what is mentioning? This is the name of the server. In any client call the server by this name, then the DNS server will map this name with the corresponding IP address. Am I clear? That means if the client call the server by gmail.com, then DNS server will link the server with 10.1.1.4 IP. Fine, everyone? So let's see. Now suppose this client is going to access this web server. So what it will call? It will call gmail.com. See, can access the web server, everyone? So the web server is available. This client is also doing the same thing. This client also know the gmail.com. Web server is available. So we can do one thing. What we can do one thing? Now I'm going over there. Okay. And what happened? I'm just disconnecting this DNS server from this network. Now you see the scenario. This client is going to access the server, web server, by name gmail.com. What happened? It cannot access the web server because why? Because name resolution server is not in the network. But if this client access the web server by using the IP address, you see, can access. So that means what? We can access any server in internet if we know the IP address. But if we don't know the IP address, we need to take the support from the DNS server, because what will happen? DNS server will provide us the name resolution server. So everyone, you understood what happened in real world? So the moment, what happened? The moment we are configuring the network, okay, Whether it is internet, in an organization, wherever we are configuring the network, there are several servers in the back end which are providing several services. In the front end, client does not know actually what is happening in the background. Am I clear? So in this internet, the same thing, we normally people do not know the IP address, we know the name. So we access by name. This is the responsibility of the DNS server who map that name with the corresponding IP address. So thank you. I think you all understood. Please do the practical. If any problem, then please contact.